Hi everyone, and welcome to this Q&A session on Cross River Partnership's River Freight Pilot Part 2. I'm Fiona Cool, I'm a Programme Manager at Cross River Partnership, and today we're going to be talking about how businesses can get involved in the second iteration of the River Freight Pilot that we've delivered previously and are working on with Absolutely Courier, Antalis, CPBS Marine Services, Complete, Transport for London River Services, Mayflower Washroom Solutions, the North Bank Bid and the Port of London Authority. So as part of this session, we have a few presentations, as you can see on screen, with the various partners who are involved in the trial. And to start, I'll just give a little bit of a brief introduction as to what Cross River Partnership is and who we are. So Cross River Partnership is a not-for-profit partnership organisation that delivers environmental, economic and community-focused projects. Through these, we support our partners to creatively address challenges relating to air quality, transport, placemaking and well-being, all with a focus on delivering positive change in London and beyond. So, the River Freight Pilot Part 2 falls under one of these programmes, which is CRP's Clean Air Logistics for London programme, or CALL for short. CALL is a one-year DEF-refunded air quality project in collaboration with 12 project partners, and it ends at the end of this month in June 2023. The programme aims to encourage more light freight to be transported into central London by river, supplemented by the use of low-emission modes to deliver the last mile and through micro-consolidation. This will in turn help to reduce both congestion and pollution across London. And to do this, the programme is being delivered by 5 key work streams: pier adaptations and facilities, vessels and charging infrastructure, river trials and onward journeys, microhub development and transport analysis, and communications and media. As you can guess, this River Freight Pilot Part 2 falls under work stream 2, river trials and onward journeys. But why is it Part 2? Well, actually, the second iteration of the trial, which we initially delivered in July and August 2022, so this is the second iteration. As I said, we're working with the same partners, but the first trial, we delivered a 6-week river freight pilot, which was transporting office and janitorial supplies by river into central London. And this was actually the first river freight pilot in London, which had 2 pickup points. Essentially, office supplies were loaded onto a vessel at Dartford International Ferry Terminal before janitorial supplies were loaded on at Woolwich Pier. These were then transported to Woods Quay, which is located on the Victoria Embankment, and from here goods were then delivered by cargo bike to 20 businesses in the North Bank Business Improvement District. The trial had a really positive impact on pollution, congestion and efficiency, and results indicated that if the trial had continued for 1 whole year, the annual emission savings of NOx would have been 78% and the annual emission savings of CO2 were 88%, which is obviously a really impressive statistic, and you can see the exact volumes of the emissions saved for NOx and carbon dioxide and particulates on screen now in that table. But what is different this time around? Well, this part 2 is essentially focused on monthly bulk delivery of goods to make river freight more economically viable for the suppliers involved in the trial. And there's an ambition for the service to become a permanent feature of future logistics operations, so fingers crossed. So the trial will take place for 6 months with much larger volumes of goods being loaded at TfL's Woolwich Ferry before being taken by river into central London to Temple Pier in the city of Westminster. Again, cargo bikes will be used to deliver goods from Temple Pier to their final destinations in the North Bank Bid business improvement area. So we're really keen to encourage more businesses to get involved in the trial. And Jack Doyle from Mayflower Washroom Solutions will explain a little bit more about how you can do this later on. I'll pass over to Alison Gregory, who's going to give a little bit of an overview on the trial from the North Bank Bids perspective.
Hi, my name's Alison Gregory and I head up placemaking and sustainability at the North Bank Business Improvement District. We work with 400 local businesses in this busy part of Westminster, and our collaborative projects aim to enhance the area and make our city more resilient, where both businesses and people can thrive. Our work covers a broad spectrum of projects, from placemaking, sustainability to area marketing, management and ESG agenda. The North Bank is a river district and our boundary extends directly to the Thames. We are currently working on ways to improve both the riverside as a destination, as well as look at opportunities to resolve our local area challenges, such as air quality, congestion, and our work to achieve the net zero. this work, we are keen to explore practical opportunities for deliveries coming by the river and on their final destination by zero emission vehicle. We'd like to thank all the partners for Cross River Partnership for this amazing project that's hugely collaborative worked to achieve it. Over to Jack.
Thanks, Alison. My name's Jack Doyle. I'm from Mayflower Washroom Solutions. As Fiona sort of alluded to there earlier, we were a part of the original trial in 2022. Mayflower as a business has been going for 21 years now. We have been based in London throughout, but we're now a national distribution business. Our main division is our consumables and janitorial business. So as a result, we deliver all around the UK and Ireland. One of our major challenges as any business is looking at our net zero target of 2040. Over 700 tons of emissions per year are in our fleet. Obviously, as a business that started in London, we appreciate that that congestion and air quality is a big part in becoming a bit more of a sustainable city. We're based in Woolwich, and we saw this as a fantastic opportunity to use the river and to deliver our goods to our customers. So last year we took part in the initial 6-week trial. We're looking to move this on to be a more sort of effective way of delivering to our customers longer term. So hence these next 6 months with the bulk deliveries, we'll be able to understand how that would work for us moving forward. As I say, we do have other divisions as well. So we do washroom services, laundry and machinery. However, for this trial in particular, we're looking at specifically our janitorial consumables as being part of our trial. So as I say, janitorial consumables, we work with major brands and major sort of in chemicals, paper, polythene and dry goods. We're fully accredited CSHA accredited distributor. And as I say, we work with all the major brands. So in terms of being able to provide for businesses in the city, there wouldn't be many products that we wouldn't stock in terms of cleaning products to help our businesses and potential clients as well. As I say, this is a fantastic opportunity for us to bring sort of an innovative service to our clients, but equally we're looking to increase the amount of clients that want to be involved with us as well. In terms of getting involved in the trial and the products that we can help supply potential new customers. I'm sure Fiona will share our details at the end, but anyone that would like to get interested in joining the trial and the products that we deliver in particular, then as I say, feel free to get in touch with myself and I'll be able to go through a little bit more detail of what we provide and how we can sort of get you guys involved in the trial as well. And I think we have Doug, who will be sort of speaking to us next.
Okay, so hi, my name's Doug Hutchison. I'm the Network Development Director for Absolutely Couriers. We are a Central London courier company. We were founded in 1865, so we've been in and around Central London for well over a century. We're speaking about Central London, congestion, etc. These are battles that we have to fight every single day. Based in Bloomsbury WC1, we're right in the very heart of London. We've got a huge fleet of couriers, but over the last 5 or 6 years, we've really tried to concentrate on improving the air quality of everybody who lives in London. We're all London based, and so we like to do our bit, and obviously it makes a better city for all of us, particularly if we can get our couriers around quicker, and that's most definitely what the cargo bikes have helped us to achieve. So if we just look at that first slide there, we've got just a little bit of information about the management of our bikes and where we sit within the industry with our company. Clicking on the, sorry, I've got one too far. There we go. So since 1865, we've acquired a number of businesses along the way, and that's helped us really distill down the skills to get that last mile completed very efficiently. We work with a number of different partners within Central London and nationwide, but everything's regulated by the Courier and Dispatch Association. We've won numerous awards for our innovation when it comes to clean air, and namely this was centered upon our hub, the Central London Distribution Centre, which we call the Eco Hub. With ULEZ coming into effect across Central London, we started planning for this quite a long time ago, and we started trialing some electric cargo bikes. It was a little difficult at the beginning because there's a trick to getting items across London not using vans, and we thought the solution most definitely was the cargo bikes. And so we started with a couple to see how we would get on. Then we rapidly expanded that with a couple each month. We've got around 50 cargo bikes on the circuit at present, and they operate around a central area of around 5 miles. Each bike has a range of around 20 to 25 miles per battery, and the Eco Hub based in the centre of that, the centre of London, allows us to swap batteries out so that the riders are out there all through the day. A little bit of information about those cargo bikes and our ESG approach can be seen on the final slide. But essentially, the cargo bikes not only allow us to get around with a very, very small carbon footprint, they also are allowing us to really slice through the congestion that plagues Central London. Being able to use the taxi lanes, the bus lanes, and the cycle lanes, the cargo bikes are a fantastic option to get quite large volumes of goods around Central London in a third of the time it would take a four-wheeled vehicle. We don't contribute to any parking issue. And we don't contribute to any of the emissions. Really, we feel that the cargo bikes are a great opportunity for us to be able to showcase the innovation we've created for our company looking to the future, so that by 2030 we anticipate all of our diesel and petrol vehicles to be redundant, and the cargo bikes will most definitely be leading the way in Central London. And that's it for me.
Brilliant. Thank you, everyone. So I thought we would now go on to a little bit of a question and answer session. So I've got a few questions that I'll be asking that will hopefully help to highlight how businesses can get involved and any questions that they might have. So I guess first things first, and I guess this is probably more for Jack, but if a business does want to get involved, is there any criteria that they should be aware of, and who should they be contacting?
Yeah, so it would be myself that need to be contacting, as I say, in terms of restrictions and sort of what we can or who can join and who can't. I mean, we'll obviously try and be as flexible as possible, but in terms of we're doing it as a monthly delivery service. So if you're ordering on a daily or weekly basis at the moment, we would work with you to look at how we can consolidate that into a monthly order, or as best as possible. Obviously that depends on storages for business, I appreciate, but we'll obviously work with them to see how we can sort of consolidate a monthly order. As at the very least then as well, initially after the trial, if you can consolidate to a monthly order, you'll be sort of reducing your carbon footprint as well if you're ordering weekly or daily at the moment as well. So obviously, even if it just changed ordering habits, that would be sort of a good start in terms of sort of what we can achieve from this. So, but yeah, just my contact details, which I'm sure obviously will be shared after this. If you just get in touch with me, we can go from there.
Brilliant, thank you. And then I guess this one might be for Alison. I guess, what is the benefit of using river freight for the businesses? Obviously, we've touched a little bit on the impacts in terms of air quality and congestion, but yeah, is there anything you think that the businesses should be aware of, Alison, in terms of the benefit it could bring?
I think a lot of them are really trying to do their bit towards working towards net zero, and they also have a big ambition on the ESG agenda, and this really helps fulfill that. But really, we want to make the centre of London resilient and vibrant, and we all need to do our bit. So businesses have both sort of the opportunity and also the challenge to change the place where they are based, and this is one of the projects that they can do to participate and really test it, whether it's suitable for them, and also help people understand the limitations of what might be needed to change to make the city more resilient.
Brilliant, thank you. So I guess the other question would be, are there any other logistical considerations for businesses? I wonder if that's something, Jack, I know, for example, we've touched on the fact that moving to monthly sort of bulk deliveries, but I guess that could have implications on things like storage. Is there anything that should just be, businesses to be aware of in addition to what you kind of highlighted?
Yeah, as I say, ordering habits in terms of sort of moving away from this sort of last minute sort of approach in ordering can be that would be something to consider for order places in terms of not only sort of the office supplies as well, but for our sort of side of things with janitorial supplies as well. But yeah, storage is the main thing. I appreciate in London, storage is at a premium, so not always is that available for businesses. But as I say, we've worked with sort of big partners who are on this trial at the moment, and we've managed to sort of find sort of workarounds and sort of look at potentially the products they're using and use more sort of storage friendly products, and sort of maybe and that sort of thing. So we can even look at sort of the products they're using to maybe rationalize as well to sort of bring down the volume and the quantities that they're ordering as well.
Brilliant. And I guess obviously the trial, it's obviously monthly. I know that we get goods in the sort of morning period, don't we? So I guess in terms of when deliveries would be happening, is there any implication in terms of kind of the timings of deliveries? I don't know, maybe Doug, that's something that you could kind of, obviously as the last mile and the cargo bike courier, if there's anything to be aware of as businesses as part of those considerations.
Yeah, I mean, our cargo service starts at 7 in the morning and goes through till 7 at night. We can work outside of those hours if we need to, but that's the general shifts of the driver's work. But no, I mean, essentially we would prefer to pick up items early in the morning and get the tasks done by the busy period of the mid morning, so that we're avoiding any traffic. But yeah, we can go anytime. But I know, really, in relation to the river, we are governed by the tides, and so yeah, I think with the captains of the boats, we'd rather get loaded up and away early rather than later.
To support that from Doug's point of view, where the river freight service for this trial will always be coming in to Temple Pier at no later than 6 a.m. So the bikes will be coming to us at 7 and delivering from there. And we've had great success with the bike so far, in terms of being able, I think everything's been delivered by sort of no later than 9:30. So businesses, and in particular FMs and cleaning companies from our point of view, have had their deliveries as quickly, if not quicker, than if we were to be going out and delivering via our usual vans and vehicles of our own fleet as well.
Yeah, that's really helpful. And I guess that leads quite nicely onto my next question in terms of how will businesses know if the goods have been delivered by river? Because I guess there's an element of if anything were to change, or sort of, what's the process if things weren't be able to go on the river, and how will the businesses be kept up to date?
I mean, for the basis of the trial, I'd be acting as an account manager. So as with any of our accounts, I'd be sort of letting them know if there was any delays, or if there was anything that potentially would mean that we have to go off the river and deliver them via sort of our usual vehicles. But we've done well. We did the trial last year, and we had no sort of no issues. And for the first two that have already happened already this year, everything's been delivered by the river. So we're confident that we can obviously sort of facilitate it all. And in terms of CPBS, they've been able to sort of allow us around sort of 40 products per delivery, 40 pallets, sorry, of product per delivery. So in terms of volume, there should be no issues.
Brilliant. That's really great to know. And in terms of kind of businesses being onboarded, is there any kind of procurement process in order to kind of come and sort of get their goods through yourself, sort of, Jack?
It's very simple. It would just mean whoever in procurement sort of being able to send over the usual details we would need for a credit check. So just company registration number, etc. And then we can set an account straight away. We'd set them up with online ordering account as well. So it's very simple. We'd have a price list that we'd already agreed with them in place on their online account. So order places wouldn't even be able to order products that weren't already sort of agreed by whoever in place. So yeah, it literally would take a matter of hours by the time they send over their details to get an online ordering account set up and ready to go.
Brilliant. And I guess, is there any limitation on the type of things that you can transport? I know we've obviously said that we're focusing on the sort of cleaning products, etc. But is there anything that you wouldn't be able to transport by river?
Nothing from our product lines wouldn't be able to be delivered by the river. So there's over 3,500 product lines that we have. So and all of them would be able to be transported by river.
Brilliant. And I guess, Doug, is there any sort of limitations in terms of the cargo bike volumes?
Well, yeah, the cargo bikes do have a limited volume. The backbone of our fleet has a carrying capacity of around 600 litres. The vehicles that you've seen on the slides have shown two of our vehicles, the EAV extra large, sorry, the EAV, which is a 2,000 litre capacity, and the Urban Arrow litre. But because they're agile and because they're not caught up in the traffic, multiple runs can go backwards and forwards to make sure that all of the items are delivered successfully. And I think, you know, Jack and I both were present on site to monitor the collections and the deliveries, and it's so smooth, you know, an operation getting them from the boat to the bikes and then off for delivery, that the multiple delivery aspect of it, the multiple trip aspect of it's no problem whatsoever. So no, it might take more than one journey, but we can get most of the items in and off delivered without any problem.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's really helpful. Yeah, so I think that's most of the questions, unless anyone has anything else they wanted to add. I guess what would be useful to highlight is that Cross River Partnership will be looking at the impact of this trial. So across the 6 months, we've been asking Doug, Jack, and all the other partners to just keep us up to date in terms of the volumes that we've been transporting, the distances that have been travelled, because then we can make really good comparisons in terms of the original delivery methods to then find out the emission savings, a little bit like we highlighted from last year's trial. So there will be information on the impact that this trial is having. But for now, unless there's anything else that you want to add, Alison, Jack, or Doug? No? Brilliant. In that case, perfect. In that case, you can see all of the contact details on screen now. As we've said, if you want to get involved, please do feel free to contact probably Jack as a first point of contact, but equally you can see all of the contact details for everyone else who's been involved in this Q&A session. So yeah, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and thank you for listening to this resource. Fingers crossed we'll see some of you involved in the trial. Brilliant. Thank you very much, everyone.